everyone. We have Kate Ebrahim with us, Zimbabwe's head coach. Please, you can ask questions.
Asif Khan here from PTV Sports. Congratulations, you have lost the second game straight off. What were the main mistakes? We have seen your fielding has been a disappointment in the first game as well and this game as well. What have you learned in these two games?
Yeah, that's a fair question. Yeah, good question. Obviously at this level, the room for error is very small, and especially with a pretty fresh squad in age and experienced, it's a pretty steep learning curve. And the way that you brought up the fielding, taking catches and giving batsmen a couple of innings per game is not acceptable. You drop a lady who was on 8 today and she goes on and scores a match-winning 100, and we dropped her twice yesterday and she gets to 98. So it's probably brutal learning, to be fair. At this level, catches, the old cliche, catches win matches, and we've got to be able to take the opportunities that come to us. And then looking at the ground fielding as well, just simple errors that leak through and takes the pressure off the batter. Yesterday we actually bowled through that middle phase. I think it was about 83 dot balls out of 150 if you go from the 11th over to the 35. So we do create dot balls, but then in saying that, does the bowling and then does the batting does the bowling and fielding back it up? Hard to say. So you got to get the bowling right, you got to get the fielding right, you got to get everyone working together. So it'll come, just small steps at a time for this group.
This is Zubair from Express News, Karachi. My question is regarding, first of all, regarding the today match. How do you see the Pakistan's players? They bat very well over here. They made excellent score against you guys. But it has been observed that your kids, I say kids, okay. So they played very well. Actually, when we talk about the fielding, they played very well, and definitely they dropped so many catches. Second thing is that it is very good thing that you are on the way for the ICC World Championship, including as the 11th team of the championship. How do you see that? Thank you very much.
I suppose Pakistan players are playing. What are your views on Pakistan batting, how well they are doing these days, and what are your views on you are in the championship, ICC championship Zimbabwe team?
The Pakistani openers, the batsmen, the Pakistani ladies, and their views. I guess over the last couple of years, obviously I'm involved in women's cricket, and to see the strength and the development of the Pakistan women's team is phenomenal. For those, I watched the South African series and Pakistan series very closely, and to see their performances down in South Africa, and the same ladies are scoring the same runs, it's pretty phenomenal. So it's great to see. I mean, they've got batting coaches in amongst there, which is really important, specific coaching in amongst the girls, which you take your head off to Pakistan. And then they've come here against Zimbabwe, where I guess they don't really know the Zimbabwe bowling attack, the Pakistan ladies. So I'm sure at times they would have been through challenging times through their phases of their innings. But the way that those two opening batters today, created the partnership and went big was pretty phenomenal. So it's pretty exciting for Pakistan women. Being on the FTP tour for Zimbabwe is an exciting time. It's a real, like I mentioned before, it's a huge learning step for them. Pakistan women haven't played these top teams, and I know Pakistan is ranked 8th in the ODI rankings, but we've just come off a tour of New Zealand, and the learning that the girls are getting is awesome, and you can't take that away. That they need to be throwing this experience. Results will come. We've just got to be patient. And when I mean patient, yeah, it won't be overnight. It takes a while to understand how performance works. So, no, look, in amongst it, like today, I think we had, Runya, our number 5 batter, the way that she went out and occupied the crease with her strengths was awesome to see. So, and you take last game, Beloved, our number 4 batter, the way that she occupies the crease and the way she occupied that in New Zealand is pretty exciting. So the more cricket our Zimbabwe ladies can play at this level, the better they'll get. Absolutely.
The second part of my question regarding the Zimbabwe has been included in the ICC Championship as the 11th team. How do you see that?
The testing.
Yes. Testing.
11th team, ICC
In
Championship.
the ICC Championship, Zimbabwe is the
FTP.
included as a 11th team.
The men's team.
No, women team. ICC Championship.
Yeah, I've just answered that.
Zimbabwe is the 11th team.
Yeah, I've just answered that.
She has already answered that.
Sorry?
She has already answered that. Next question.
Okay, I have a couple of questions. Number one, Zimbabwe recently visited New Zealand, now in Pakistan. In October, you will visit India. How much exposure you are getting and how much it means to the Zimbabwean team to visit all the big countries, especially best playing nations? And the second question for me is, how much Zimbabwe women cricket involving with the Zimbabwean men cricketers? Like you're getting help from all the men cricketers like Sikandar Raza, they have a lot of stars, they have a lot of legends in Zimbabwe like Andy Flower and all the others. So how much women cricket are evolving in Zimbabwe?
Yeah, to answer your first question, yeah, the ladies have been given, increased opportunities. They, like you said, they went to India for Omtex for a training camp. We went to New Zealand in February to those conditions in New Zealand and now in Pakistan. So being able to visit 3 different countries and 3 different conditions in the space of 6 months from a learning aspect is phenomenal. One of our main areas is we've got to grow our pool of players. We've got to get depth in the women's game, and by doing that is taking them to India, to Omtex, to the camp there. We took a more experienced group to New Zealand for those conditions, and then they've chosen to bring an inexperienced group to here in Pakistan. So one of our main areas, we need to find a way to develop a bigger pool of players. So being able to be provided with 3 different countries and 3 different conditions can only help the ladies in the further aspects. So to answer your second question, it's great. Zimbabwe Cricket Board, they really get in behind cricket, as we can see from the men's latest results at the World Cup. It was pretty phenomenal, wasn't it? Getting in the top 8, top 8 teams, and having, 2 years ago they didn't qualify, so to get where they were is awesome, and I guess the resource that they've put into that team is pretty phenomenal as well. And then you've got experienced players like Sikandar and Bless in there, and then you've got Richard in there as well, and Ryan Burl. So and then you've got the up and comers of Brady Evans as well. So the men really deserved all their accolades, because I know personally how much they've actually put into that World Cup, and the 2007 World Cup in Zimbabwe is pretty exciting for the men as well. So for both men and women's cricket in Zimbabwe, it's pretty exciting. I'd say watch out.
Far from TTV Sports, although both teams consist of the professional players, but the first ODI temperature was above 44, the real feel of the temperature. That was the hottest day in Pakistan in the May for the last 10 years. So what was player response to that? That was a very hot weather. Second, how you see the T20 series, because in the one-day series Pakistan played superbly and they have comprehensive to win and many records. But are they expecting a much better display from your T20 side, and how you see the T20 series? Thank you.
What was the first question?
The temperature was very hot.
Yeah, the first match was pretty hot. There's no hiding that. We all felt it. I'm sure everyone in the stadium felt it, whether you're Pakistani or not. And again, it's a new experience for our ladies as well. But you know, if you want to compete and you want to consistently play at this level, you've got to sort of at times put some excuses to the side and get on with it. What's in front of you? It's sort of the old control the controllables, and you know what I mean. If you can't control it, well, stop worrying about it. Yeah, but look, it was hot. There were some fatigued and tired bodies come that Monday night. So yeah, and again, you know, the whole part of the game is rest and recovery as well, where our ladies are learning as well. And yeah, I mean, 40 degrees, no one can really hide. Even I was struggling to hide a bit. So no, it was great. But they managed and they managed to get back out on the park today, which was fantastic. So I acknowledge it and take my hat off to our ladies. Yeah. To answer your second question, yeah, look, still got one game in the ODI that we'll really focus on as well, ensuring that we debrief and we pull apart today's game. Like I mentioned earlier, there's still little hidden gems amongst today's game that were good for us in patches. And then moving into the T20 series, we'll sign off the one-day series and move into the T20 series. But you know, talking to a couple of our players already, they're quite excited from a batting perspective. Yeah, around playing in the T20s and looking at those pitches. Yeah, can be quite delicious to bat on, as we saw today from Pakistan. So. No, it's exciting, and to be fair, Zimbabwe cricket's played a high diet of T20 cricket, so it's definitely a format we are a little bit more suited to and a bit more comfortable with our own personal game. So yeah, get excited.
Last question.
Yep.
Hi, Nishan sir.
Yep.
What is your strategy in the next third ODI? Because we have lost 2 matches, a big margin, Pakistan women cricket team. And what is facilities in Zimbabwe for the cricket women?
He says you've lost 2 matches. What is your strategy for the third match, and what is your views on Zimbabwe cricket, Zimbabwe women cricket, how it is developing Zimbabwe women cricket, and the third strategy for the third match?
Yeah, I can't share too many. I can't share too many secrets around strategies and game plans, but you know, it's pretty evident. Like you want to keep. I've talked to the ladies about ensuring that we're always moving one step forward. I've talked about one of our goals is about closing the gap, and we're pretty open and honest with that, and we have to be. And what I mean by closing the gap is, you know, you've got Australia, New Zealand, England, India up here. And you've got UAE, Zimbabwe, you know, Thailand down here, and then you've got Pakistan respectively in the number 8 there with Sri Lanka. If we can eventually close the gap, you know, over games, over a period of time, then our growth and development will happen. So it's not going and filling the ladies with so much information and bombarding them. It's actually just acknowledging, you know, what they actually did well during the match, whether it was just 1 or 2 balls, or whether, for example, today Roo batted 50 odd balls. So you need to acknowledge that, and the fact that we batted to the 38th or 39th over, that's 1 more over we batted than last game. So to me, they're all little great moments and great moving forward. So strategy for the next game, I'm sure you can grab it from what I've said. So yeah, making sure that we are improving in our areas in any aspect, in any way, shape or form. Yeah.
Thank you everyone. Thank you.